Good day, my lovely students. I am here again to take you on this topic, examples of communicable diseases and their preventive measures. Some examples of communicable diseases and their preventive measures. I have a sweet topic for you. Keep quiet so that you can listen very carefully. I am still Mr. Iwuchukwu Chenna Dennis. My telephone number still 081 69 31 29 30. 081 69 31 29 30. The objectives of this lesson are: by the end of the lesson, it is expected that students should know some examples of communicable disease, the symptoms of some of the examples of communicable disease. 3, prevention and control of some of the communicable diseases. 4, your assignment, which is very important. Let's go. As you all know what we mean by communicable disease in our last topic. The examples of communicable disease we are here to talk about, number 1 is malaria. This is also called plasmodium infection. And I repeat, this is also called plasmodium infection. It is a disease caused by a plasmodium parasite. It is a disease caused by a plasmodium parasite, transmitted by the bite of infected mosquitoes. That is female or Anopheles mosquito. Bear with me that malaria kills more than 445,000 people globally every year. Once the parasite is in your body, they travel to the liver. After several days, the mature parasite enters the bloodstream and begins to infect. That is how it spreads to human body. That is why you need to cover yourself and be careful whenever you are sleeping. Symptoms of malaria. We have many symptoms of malaria. Number 1, aches, chills, fever, sweating, usually occurring a few weeks after being bitten by the mosquito. Then fatigue, shivering, and also vomiting, etc. These are the common symptoms of malaria. Let's quickly move to measles. This is a disease, or this disease is a highly contagious infectious disease. Measles is a highly contagious infectious disease caused by a measles virus. That is what caused measles. Like we're talking about malaria, Anopheles mosquito caused malaria. Then in a measles, you see, we have a virus that causes measles, which is called measles virus. Like when we're talking about the pandemic disease now, we're talking about COVID-19. That is a virus. So this virus replicates in the nose and throat of an infected child or adult. That is where you will see it. The first symptoms of a measles infection: aches, usually a hacking cough. We have others like running nose, high fever, and red eyes. I repeat, hacking cough, running nose, high fever, and red eyes. The symptoms usually develop 10 to 12 days after exposure to an infected person and last 7 to 10 days. Listen to the points. The symptoms usually develop 10 to 12 days after exposure to an infected person and lasts 7 to 10 days. Note it. Then let's quickly give you brief in cholera. Cholera, this is an acute disease which affects the intestine. And you know where you can locate your intestine. It's not in your face, it's not in your head, but inside your what? Stomach. Characterized by rapid onset of vomiting, watery stool, described as rice water stool. Characterized by rapid onset of vomiting, watery stool, described as rice water stool. The patient prostrates, which man leads to shock due to loss of fluid in the body. A healthy person is affected by taking food or water that has been contaminated with Vibrio cholerae through the mouth. That is how you get this. You don't need to be taking bad food, bad water. From there, you might get the disease or be infected. The vectors are flies or other insects that have come in contact with the feces of a patient or sewage contaminated with such feces. Thus, you don't need flies to come around you. Even after eating, most of you like to leave your plate without washing it, your pot. You know, flies are everywhere. In fact, flies are common to human beings. So you can easily get cholera if you're not careful. Prevention and control of this disease called cholera. 1. Sanitary disposal of feces. Try to know how you drop the feces. After going to toilets, don't go anywhere. Not anywhere you see you can be going, because when these flies go to the toilet, touch the toilet, immediately and touch the plate, if the toilet of the person, like the feces I'm talking about, if the thing is infected by cholera, immediately you are infected. Try to be careful. Number 2, purification of water. Like I said earlier, try to know the water you are drinking. If possible, take warm water. If possible, put your water in the kettle, cook it a little, then put it in the fridge so that you can be drinking clean water. Don't drink anyhow water. At times, most of the water you buy outside, you're not sure of how they're doing it. But the most important thing is for you to be drinking clean water to avoid being infected by cholera. Number 3, sanitary supervision of food, preparation, and food services. Sanitary supervision of food, preparation, and food services. Number 4, elimination of flies. Like I said earlier, don't allow flies, especially house fly. Let me point out house fly, EGG, house fly. Eliminate them from your room, your kitchen, your store where you can keep your food, so that you cannot be contaminated by the cholera. Number 5, washing of your hands regularly before eating. Do not jump into eating after playing football with your friends, after going to the toilet. In fact, after doing so many things, because you see food, you want to eat food, you jump immediately and start eating food. That's your hands. Your hand can be contaminated, and if you use it, immediately you are infected to cholera. Number 6, investigation of contacts. Investigation of what? Contact. And so many of them. So try to be doing this prevention and control so that you will be safe from deadly diseases. Please listen so that you can take your assignment. Try to know that this assignment is paramount. It's paramount. To be submitted immediately. School resume. Number 1, what are the preventive measures of malaria? Like I said here, I have given you prevention. We have other prevent. So you can list them, write them out. If you have 20, 30, make a research, write it down. Number 2, how can they be what? Control. How can we control measles? How can we control measles? Number one is, what are the preventive measures of malaria? Number 2 is talking about measles. How can we control measles? Thank you. God bless you. See you in my next class. Love you.